Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, depending on where you are in the world. We'd like to present to you two articles of interest. And before I do that, I would like to let you know that this is for review, informational, and educational purposes. It's not to take the credit for the intellectual property of the article. The full credit to the intellectual property of the article goes to the publisher, which in this case is the registrar, and the story by Richard Speed. The headline reads, Microsoft coughs up yet more Windows 11 24H2 headaches. There's a picture of that basically just means mute the speaker. Microsoft caption reads, Microsoft coughs up more Windows 11 24H2 headaches. And 24H2 is the version of Windows 11. Users report the sound of silence from operating system update. Microsoft has logged some new known issues with Windows 11 24H2 and thrown up some safeguards holds until the problems are resolved. The latest glitches noted in Microsoft Windows Release Health Dashboard are related to audio and gaming. The audio issue was reported by users who upgraded to Microsoft's latest and greatest but found their devices' integrated speakers, and Bluetooth sets stopped working and disappeared as far as both first and third party applications were concerned. Yeah, I had that a little bit where it would work and then stop working periodically. It's been happening off and on like that. The problem is confined to some devices containing Dirac audio, a technology designed to enhance digital audio. The software component CRIDSPAPO.dll is the culprit. That's the name of the file, and then the last part is the what's called file extension. And Microsoft said it updated the manufacturer driver was required. Updated manufacturer driver was recorded. It's kind of a tongue twister. Until the release of that driver, Microsoft has slapped a compatibility safeguard hold on unaffected devices, meaning the Windows 11 24H2 will not be offered via Windows Update. The company did not name names, only saying, quote, a limited set of devices from one manufacturer would be the subject of the hold. This is helpful for users who affected devices that have yet to perform the upgrade. It is, however, not so useful for users wondering why their world has suddenly gone silent. The hold will be lifted once the driver, which is a piece of software that controls the middle point between the hardware and the software, will be released. Gamers using audio HDR are not so lucky. A compatibility safeguard hold has been put on the devices with the technology enabled after users complained about incorrect colors in games ceasing to respond. Well, that's quite bad. Auto HDR, which stands for High Dynamic Range, increases the color range and brightness in games, enabling it to, according to Microsoft, quote, enhances gaming experiences by automatically converting standard dynamic range or SDR content to high dynamic range or HDR. It's a neat bit of technology that enhances the look of some games. However, in Windows 11 24H2, which is of course the version of Windows as I mentioned earlier, it can also leave games unplayable for effective users. For the time being, Microsoft's solution is to turn off Auto HDR that will allow Windows 11 24H2 to be installed or stop the issues if the update is already present. In the longer term, Microsoft said, quote, we are working on a resolution and will provide more information when it is available, unquote. So that is the latest on that Microsoft Windows 11 24H2 version headache. Let's go to a second and final article of the review. And as usual, I would like to let you know that this is for review, informational, and educational purposes. It is not to take the credit for the intellectual property of the article. The full credit to the intellectual property of the article goes to the publisher, which in this case is Market Beat, and the story by Nathan Reef, as per Market Beat. Headline reads, two underrated quantum computing companies starting to rally. And you see a picture in front of you. It looks like a chip, and also these are what I call buses. It's basically connections going out that carries data back and forth. And the caption reads, Quantum Computing Concept, the inscription of a third electronic circuit board chip. At the end of 2024, advances in quantum computing technology seem to arrive at the dizzying pace. The race to develop the promising game-changing technology seems not only to be speeding up. Major tech players have dominated some of the headlines. Alphabet Incorporated, Nasdaq, GOG, for example, announced in early December its Willow chip, capable of completing about 5 minutes a computation that would take a non-quantum computer an astonishing 10 septillion years to finish, which is amazing. Up-and-coming participants in the quantum space is also making a splash. Quantum Computing Incorporated, Nasdaq, is QUBT, or the tickers, announced in mid-December a major contract with NASA. In response to shares, the QUBT skyrocketed, climbing by more than 450% in the last month in December 19. That brings their 1 year total return as of the same day to a whopping 1,420%. The excitement over quantum computing stocks is also extended to the names that are not well known. Two companies in particular, Rigetti Computing Incorporated, Nasdaq, RGTI, RQ Quantum Incorporated, Nasdaq is ARQQ, may be worth keeping in mind for investors to look to deepen their exposure for the fast-growing industry. Rigetti, cash runaway towards profitability, but risky. One can hardly say that the markets entirely overlooked Rigetti in the past year. Shares of the maker of quantum processors are nearly 50, that are up nearly 58, or excuse me, not even 58, sorry, 585% in the year through December 19, 2024. A tremendous pace of growth, though still far behind rival quantum computing. Nearly all these gains have taken place in the final weeks of the year. Ahead of you is a related video entitled, What's Going On with Quantum Computing Stock Today, as per Brzezinga. And that will be available only on Rumble, as YouTube does not allow links in the comment section. So what I'll do is I'll put the name of my Rumble channel and the link to my Rumble channel. What you'll do is you go to the latest video here, and you go to the comment section, copy and paste the link, and put it into your URL bar. Then you'll be able to watch this video. So moving on paper, Rigetti recent rally appears to be catapulted the company into the undervalued territory. Its P to S ratio of 172.9 suggests that investors may be overpaying for a firm that has not yet to see sales take off. Further, the company is not yet profitable, as it reported a loss of more than $14 million in the third quarter. What may convince investors to buy RGTI shares, even despite their recent spike, though, is its path to profitability. The firm ended the third quarter with almost $93 million in cash or equivalents, enough of a cash runaway to extend operations while it puts the final touches of System Start, slated for release in 2025. Rigetti's anticipated launches in the coming year, including a 36-qubit and 100-qubit system based on superconducting qubit technology. The harnesses established semiconductor design processes. If these launches land successfully, the recent rally may be only the start of a longer upward trajectory. Okay, so we have we have a slideshow. It says 7 stocks to rally for Trump tariffs. What I'll have you do is have you watch it on your own. I can just show you real quick here. You have tariffs, you have Nucor, Old National, Carpenter Technology, Carvana, GM, Intel, and Coinbase. Coinbase, if you're not familiar with it, that's the cryptocurrency trading platform that you can a person can trade cryptocurrency on an exchange. So I'll let you go through that. I just basically told you what that is. But anyway, credit goes to Coinbase, Nasdaq, Coin. Nonetheless, an investment in Rigetti while share price is so high before the company achieves profitability inherently risky. More cautious investors are better off comparing Rigetti to a well-established large tech firm that an emerging quantum computing business. ARK hit lots of major developments in 2024. ARKit's participation in the quantum space is unique. The firm provides a cloud-based quantum encryption subscription service to protect high-security data transmission. Shares up more than 124% a year leading to December 19, 2024. ARKit's year was incredibly busy. The firm reported modest revenue of under $300,000 for the 2024 fiscal year, which ended September 30. However, it appears poised to grow revenue significantly given the company recently finalized a multi-year contract with an unnamed government in the EMEA region. It is expected to generate annual recurring revenue in the seven-figure range, which is in the millions. The company has introduced cost-cutting measures to help it introduce the impact of its modest cash position of under $19 million as of the fourth quarter earnings report. On top of that, the company completed a 25-for-1 reverse share split in September, the same month in which it appointed a new CEO. With all this upheaval of the company, investors will likely watch for signs of stability going into the next year. ARKit's technology appears to be taking off and interest in contracts is growing. However, the firm still spends cash at a fast rate and has so far, failed to establish recurring top and bottom line performance sufficient to sustain operations at the pace for the long haul. Investors with a long horizon and a high tolerance to speculative investments, however, may be rewarded for an early interest in the quantum cloud computing company. So there's more here about 7 best Chinese stocks to own. I'm not going to give any advice on that because I'm not a financial professional, and that is not the purpose of our article review. That's what I'm saying. When you give you the links and you can look for yourself, but I'm just giving you the overall story itself, and you can come to conclusions of what you think about it, which is the purpose of journalism. The purpose of journalism is just to report the facts and let the listener or the reader to come to their own conclusion. Now, before I conclude the review, I would like to ask your opinion on the review, namely for the two articles. The first one entitled, Microsoft coughs up more Windows 11 24H2 headaches, and the second one being, 2 underrated quantum computing companies starting to rally. What do you think of those 2 articles? Are they interesting? Are they relevant to your life? And do they provide enough information? You're welcome to give your opinion in the comments below. Just make sure you keep it relevant and civil, as we're only trying to contribute something positive to the experience and not to detract from it. Okay? So I'd like to thank you for reading, or not reading, but watching. You could be reading while you're seeing it. Watching this review, as you could be watching any other news article review, especially as it relates to current events in science and technology. So I certainly do appreciate it. As this did provide value for you to be up to date with the news, what I'd like you to do is please click like on the video. That way it'll be pushed through the algorithm and more people will be able to view it and enjoy it. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button. That way you'll have access to all the content on this channel, as I certainly do have a variety of content on this channel for you to view and enjoy. That is, I have article, gaming review, product review, even service review, and stay tuned for more of it, as I'm planning to do more of that as well. Also, if you haven't already, please click the bell button. That way you'll be notified of all my future videos. So when a new video comes out, you'll be notified accordingly. So I'd like to wish you a great day wherever you are in the world. Take care. And I'll certainly talk to you next time. If I can find where this thing is here. Where is our... Alright, so bye for now.